we have to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, that we're going there?
I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore.
Hope is a very beautiful thing, but it can be a very dangerous thing.
Social media couples, they never last, you know?
Super confident prophecy can be a very dangerous thing.
Yeah. Hello, you guys.
Hey.
It's been a while. Welcome back to season 3
Woo!
of Between the Walls podcast. If you're new here, my name is Jess.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are your hosts, and we are the Wallaces.
Wallaces.
This is the Between the Walls podcast. And I'm spitting all over the place.
We're
We're a little rusty. Well, I'm a little rusty.
No,
we're
both rusty. No, it's been a while. I think I was supposed to say, and we're the Wallaces.
I think so. Yeah.
No, whatever.
You know, we got our I'm sorry. What?
Get the yips out. It's been a while.
Yeah, we got to oil out or iron out the kinks, but we're finally back. Fun fact, this season 3 was supposed to drop last year, August or October.
No, it was, September or October.
Yeah, last year, August, September, October, whatever, same thing. And we had to push it back 6 months because it just wasn't time.
No, so what happened? I don't know if you remember.
Really remember.
So what happened? In September, my wife got the brilliant, before then, but she got the brilliant idea that the kitchen had to be done.
Does anything look different to you guys?
It just had to be done. Not like, in the near future, like it had to be done now.
Yes.
So we figured out some stuff and we got our kitchen redone. But that was in October, right as we were about to, get back into it and as we were about to drop. And it took all of October to do the kitchen. So they did it pretty fast.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was Christmas season. Like we were full in the swing.
Season.
Yeah, and we were just like posting in November just sounds not great. So then getting through December is like can't post around Christmas time. Jess's birthday's early January.
Yeah.
Here we are in February.
Yes. So this is the kitchen in question. If you follow me on my vlog channel, then you've seen it. You saw the process and all the things, but it was kind of spur of the moment, not a decision to redo the kitchen, but a decision to do it at that time. Shout out to Jaquez. He worked very hard to afford us this kitchen. And we're just so grateful that God, he just really worked it out for us that we were able to do it right then and there. And I took my opportunity and I ran with it. So
the problem is, as we were gearing up to post the season in October, we had recorded like 5 episodes, recorded and fully edited 2 of them. So like we were like gearing up, like we were ready to go. But then, life, has its twists and turns.
Yep.
So that's why we're a little discombobulated, but overall, I'm just super excited to be starting again.
And you guys will see those episodes. We're not going to throw them away. So if sometimes you see that the podcast background looks different, it's in our old house, as I like to call it. But we still have those episodes because we still think that they're valuable.
No, some of them are so good.
Yes, and we have some guests coming this season, which I'm so excited about. We did a podcast episode with my in-laws, Jonathan's parents.
Oh yeah, that one was really good.
And it was very insightful. It was very good. They're marriage counselors, so they have a lot of insight to give. And of course, I had to ask them the tea about how they really felt about me when I first entered the picture. Because as most of you guys know, I am 5 years older than their son. So I was like, what did you guys really think about me when I popped in? And they were very honest, and I think it was a great conversation. So,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So this season, we're just hoping for some good vibes.
Yeah.
Really, truly.
I think this season is going to be really special in that, like, we've spent a lot of time and energy growing as people and updating just the craft of the podcast. Like, I feel like God's really blessed us and that this time off is going to pay off.
Yes. So speaking of this time off, what you been up to? What you been up to?
What have I been up to? I don't know. I feel like I've been up to not more of the same, but I think since the last time we were potting, I started seminary school. So not like full time or anything, but I do one class a semester, and like that's been super cool. Just like getting to know more about Jesus, and every time someone hears that like I'm taking classes, like a pastor, you want to be a pastor? No, like not at all. I just feel. After we went to VooCon, which is like it's like a Christian conference last year, I really felt the call from God and the push from him to just be really intentional about learning more about him.
Yeah.
Especially like for things like this podcast where like we're going to be talking about God and just make sure that we're saying the right things.
You're gonna have to correct me because I am not in seminary school, and so
but you're from the school of hard knocks.
Stop. Make it stop. So Jonathan was already wise before, but now he's just like continuously getting wiser. And for me personally, it's very attractive. So this is just such a Christian thirst trap. I mean, we're already married, so you're just continuing to trap me, but this really would have did it for the girls back in the day. So thank you for waiting to do this.
For the girls?
Yeah.
Do you think they'd be into that? That's crazy.
I don't know. Well, it depends. If you go to church and you're like the guy who's in seminary school and like, you know, you're PT and you've got your head on straight, it's like, oh yeah, he's the one that people are going to want. So thank you for waiting.
But you're the only one that I want. So
thank you. Okay. So anything else? I guess I'll go. For me, it feels not random. Like it feels repetitive to share because I assume that most of you guys follow my vlog, but we've met a lot of people who don't follow us from my vlog and they strictly follow us for the podcast. So I will share some exciting things that have happened for me. As some of you guys know, I did get accepted into the Sephora squad, which has been a prayer for, just the past year because I did apply last year or 2024. No, I applied 2024 to be in the 2025 Sephora squad. And I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I had that one in the bag. I really thought I was gonna make that one, and I didn't, and I was crushed. I was really hurt.
She's pretty sad about that one.
Yeah, like I definitely shed some thug tears on that one, and I was just like, dang, like then I was like, I knew I didn't have what it took. Like I knew I didn't have it. I don't know why. That when I didn't make it, I was like, oh, I knew I didn't have it for real.
You thought you didn't have it.
Well, at the time, when you get knocked down, you're kind of like, I was silly for thinking I could have ever did it in the first place type of thing. So, especially when you were like so sure, when you're so sure and then you get knocked down, it's kind of like, I was silly to even think that I could have ever been a part of that group.
That's so sad.
It is kind of sad, but because I mean, I have definitely struggled with imposter syndrome the whole time I've been in this career, if you want to call it that. And it's just like, it's crazy because it's me. I'm sure if I was on the outside looking in, I'd probably be like, are you kidding me? Like, look what you've done and the blah, blah, blah. But since it's me and I'm still the same me from middle school and high school or whatever, I'm like, I don't see myself the way that other people see me. Wait, this is kind of sad. I don't see myself the way other people see me. So I was like, wow, why would you even think that you could have made that? So anyways, that happened. When's the last time we actually podcasted? I feel like, do they know I'm on Kensington Great? Like, do they know I got signed? Like,
I don't know. So I
got signed in June.
No, we haven't posted any episodes.
Holy smokes. Wow. So anyways, I also got signed to my dream management agency. And then, I got my dream kitchen. 2025 was actually a really good year for
I agree.
Both of us. Yeah. So, that's been great. So God has been answering prayers and, I'm having a good time so far.
So you're really out here singing like part of your world to yourself?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, I want to be where the people are.
Yeah. I really wanted to see them dancing. And now I'm seeing them dancing.
You're dancing.
Yeah.
You're the one dancing.
I know. I'm dancing on a grave that I once lived in. It's good stuff.
That's not there. That's
okay.
different.
But yeah, it's just crazy and then when I made it this year, first of all, I wasn't even going to apply. My manager really asked me 3 times, hey, did you apply? I was like, no. Hey, did you apply? No. She's like, hey, today is the last day to apply. She's like, you don't even have to post that you applied. Just, will you apply for me, please? Like, will you apply? I'm like, okay. So the application is closed at 12. I applied at like 11:55. I'm like, oh, fine. Because I'm going to kick myself if I don't. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to apply. I'm not going to say nothing. Because this way, no one has to ask, did you make it? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
So I didn't say nothing. And then I remember, this is while our kitchen was getting redone. So it was sometime in October. So during the time when our kitchen was getting redone, we were living in the office pretty much. Our kitchen was up there and our living room was in there basically. Like we were watching movies in there while we were cooking in there and we were working in there. That was like it was like a studio apartment in that office. So we came home from the gym and I remember getting on my laptop. But I don't remember if my manager called me first or if I saw the email first. But either way, I was shook. I was just like, there's no way I made it. Like, how? I'm not supposed to make these things. Like, things don't work out for me. Like, no way. But it did. So we thank you, Jesus, because his plans are greater. And at the right time, he, the Lord, will make it happen.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that time when Jesus was preaching, and then he told Peter to cast your net back into the water one more time.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've been doing this all night.
Yeah. It's like, all right, Jesus.
We've been doing this all night, you know, but because you said so, I'll cast it in one more time. And then that's when it came up with as much fish as like more fish than he could handle.
Right. Going back down.
And I think the Lord at the right time, you know, he'll perfect the thing that he started.
The Lord will perfect that. You know that song?
Yeah, but I don't know what the word. That concerning me. Okay, yeah, that.
And sooner or later, it'll turn in my favor.
Sooner or later, it'll turn in our favor.
You know, I played that song for Jonathan the other day, and he's like, no, I don't really care for it. I'm like,
it's okay, but it's like,
all right, young one.
You know, we were talking about it last night with some of our friends. It's that even though sometimes the Lord's not giving you what you want, like, it's still great to not miss out on the right now, right? Because I think you've gotten really better at that.
I think I have too.
Because in 2025, you were noticing how good of a year 2025 was.
Yeah, while it was all happening.
Yeah, and it's like these are the days. Like there's no
Elijah.
In the future, like, yeah, of course there are things we're praying for, but the things we're praying for, we can't make it our identity. So
I like that. The things we're praying for, we can't make it our identity. That's nice.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I feel like the Lord gave me a nice little break last year. He's like, all right, here are some things. It's not everything, but here are some things. I can hold you over for a while.
You know, everything I get, I kind of just feel like I'm living in more than enough. Like, I don't know. I just feel like...
That's very nice. It's a very grateful heart. You're a content soul. I love that.
I kind of just feel like if God didn't give me anything else, like, man, it'd be like, it was good. It's good. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah.
Just the little things, man. Like, when Jess was gone, like on her Sephora trip, it was just me and my cat. And we were doing a fast with our church. And I'm like, so I couldn't watch TV or movies. And I'm just sitting here with this little cat, and they like can't really do much other than read, read and pray. And I'm like, thank you, God, for this little cat keeping me company. You know, like, I don't know. It's just the little things that when I just sit back and reflect on those, it's like, that's what makes life beautiful. That's what makes life beautiful.
Yeah, that is really nice. It's nice to reflect sometimes, you know. And speaking of the fast, whew, Lord, how y'all doing? How y'all completed your 21-day fast with the church?
Is everyone doing that in the world?
It's a popular thing to start 21-day fast. So I know a lot of churches are doing it. Not everyone, but we did a 21-day. Well, I'm not going to lie. I didn't do the full 21 days. I did what? 14?
12 and a half.
Yeah. So I will say we started a couple of days early. So Jonathan's actually finished, but our church is still going. Why did we start early anyways?
I was just ready to.
He's like, let's just start. Why are we waiting? Let's just start now, type of thing. But I'm not. Look, God's still working on me. I knew I had the Sephora Squad trip coming up, and I was doing a 6 to 6. Like, well, more so, I was doing one meal a day at dinner. Like, I was eating 6 p.m. and then that was pretty much it for the most part, but not eating all throughout the day. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep that up on the Sephora Squad trip. So I was like, let's just do it. Let's start early and I'll do it up until the trip. But anyhow, it really, really shows you how much, it showed me how much I am obsessed with food. I love food. I wake up in the morning and the first thought was like, oh my gosh, I can't eat. Well, I don't want to get out of bed then. I'm like, what is life without knowing that I can have my breakfast, I can have lunch? So I'm like, I don't know. It just really made me realize how much I depend on food for satisfaction, even when I'm really not hungry. Yeah. You know, I'm like, I just want to taste and see. I just want to taste something, you know? So,
you want to taste and see, but not that the Lord
is good. But not that the Lord is good, that this food is good. I was like, dang, I really took food for granted. I was thinking about all those times where I could eat whenever I wanted to. Like, you know when you're sick and you can't breathe out of your nose?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you do this, but when I can't breathe out of my nose, I just think about all those times I could breathe.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I didn't enjoy those days enough when I was able to breathe. So that's how I was feeling throughout the fast. But at the same time, I was really I felt honestly more so repentant.
Okay.
I felt repentant because I was just like, God, I am so sorry, but I'm doing this fast. And there were days where I was like, okay, it's me and God, we're in this. But there were also some days where I was just like, oh, I don't like this. Like, I feel like he was really stretching me, and I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. You know, there were a lot of days where I wanted to quit. I'm like, I don't like this. Like, what is this for? What is this for? Like, this is bothering me. And there were so many days where I was like, I hate that I feel that way.
Yeah. I almost feel that, 21 days is too long for most people. And you said this to me, that fasting is a muscle, that you need to train it in order to get it to where you could do 21 days like really good and faithfully. Because I feel like it can become religious after a certain point. Since like we're not trained to be locked in like that. For example, one of the things that the fast was teaching me, that I did food only for about no food only for about like 60 hours. But after that time period, I was trying to do like what's called a background noise fast. And essentially how that works is that you take out, you know, like podcasts or music or things that you listen to in the background. TV, movies, like things that you listen to like passively to like kind of drown out the space. And in that, I realized that I don't love or rely on God as much as I think or that I thought I did. That it's so easy to say you rely on God when like you had a nice day.
Yeah.
When things are good, or even when they're kind of bad. But when you're just over it, tired, I don't feel like it, energy. Like, remember I had a really long day at work, and it was like the one time on the fast that I just broke. Like, I was just like listening to the podcast on the way home because I felt like I wanted to turn my brain off. And what it really was that I came to the end of myself and I was drained. And I needed God. What I really needed was God to fill me up, to be filled. Like I needed to fill myself with more of the word. I was just like, everything in my body craved just mindless entertainment. And like, that's not what's better for me. Like you get no more fuel from that. You know, like on those days when you feel that when you just end up scrolling. After you finish scrolling, you feel the exact same way.
Maybe worse.
Yeah, it doesn't make you feel any better. And it made me really realize that I need to train up that muscle, the muscle of truly relying on God. That I don't know if it's going to be once a month, like a day once a month, or 2 days, or 3 days every 3 months, or I don't know. But I want to fast more regularly, you know, and really get into training up that God reliance muscle. Because right now I feel like it's not there.
I mean, I felt the same way too. It's like, when I started to feel weak, I mean, there were some days where it's like, oh, I'm feeling weak. Let me pray, or like, let me read the Bible. But there are times where I felt weak and I'm like, I just want to do this in my own strength. And I know that I don't have it, so I'm going to go eat or something, you know? But that's why for our next fast, this is between me and you, like you guys can do whatever you want, honestly. But if we're going to do an extended one, like you said, I personally feel like 21 days for me it can feel pointless because one, say I start messing up around day 3 or 4, I'm like, well, I have 21 days. I can jump back in soon. Like, I have time to, like, get right. But I wanted to do, like, a strict, like, okay, I know if I'm doing this for 5 days, it's like, girl, you can't lock in for 5 days. Like, let's do it 5 days and do it right and, like, be strict and, like, really locked in for, like, 5 days. But I feel like the longer it is, the more wiggle room I give myself to be lazy with it, or, like, oh, I didn't read my Bible yesterday, but I'll do it tomorrow. Or, I have 15 days left. I'll fit it in or whatever. So I want to do something like tight, something small and tight, and like really, really do it for real.
Yeah, I think one thing that we might disagree slightly on that I realized during this fast is that I think food, like if you do a food fast without the background noise, taking out some of your normal background noise out of it, I feel like those fasts are almost pointless.
Wait, what are you saying?
Like if you're fasting food, but you keep in like the same amount. I don't know if you disagree, but I just thought.
I was like, why did you say I disagreed, or we disagree on that?
Well, because you're watching like Friends and stuff still.
Yeah, but okay. Well, first of all, you don't need to put me out, but
no, but I'm saying that's why I see you might have disagreed.
No. I mean, wait. Finish your point. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know that you disagree. Whatever.
No, yeah.
But
say it with your chest. It's fine.
no. No. But I think that when you just cut out food, but you don't cut out a lot of the other noise that we give ourselves. Because I think our main problem as our society is we're so noise inundated, whether it be social media, whether it be TV, movies, whatever. Doing this while we do this, doing that while we do that, that it can almost be impossible to fast, even when you're fasting food, because you could just end up numbing yourself, trying to distract yourself until you can eat.
Yeah.
And that way, it's super hard to rely on God, because life and media moves faster than the pace that God moves at. So God moves at a slower pace, and I feel like in order to tune into the frequency of God, the frequency of a lot of other stuff has to be toned down. And I think that because on a fast, one thing that I realized, it wasn't that my quiet time with God got more intense, or like my individual time. Okay, like I spend like 30 minutes with God in the morning or 30 minutes at night. It wasn't that time got more crazy or that time got more super spiritual. It's that I found myself in the quiet of every day seeing God more.
Yeah.
That like as I drive the car and it's quiet, I really need him to talk to. Like as these thoughts are bouncing, or more thoughts are bouncing around in my head, it was so much easier to present them to him because there was nothing else drowning it out.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't disagree with that.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to
check
speak
yourself.
for I just didn't want to speak for both of us.
But you did. You did speak for both of us by saying the
I
thing
said
that we
just
disagree.
might disagree.
No. You said the thing that we disagree on. Roll
I said-
roll the tape right
It's like,
now.
I feel like if I said that, I misspoke.
But
Continue.
I can see how you would say that because my actions showed that that's what I was doing. But just because I was doing it doesn't mean that I thought it was right. But
okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware that I was trying to fill the gaps of not eating with like food or social media, and that also does defeat the purpose, because you're really supposed to just be spending time with God and leaning on Him and on everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. Let me go watch TV for an hour. So I'm 1 hour closer to 6 o'clock when it shouldn't be that way. So I definitely agree with that. And yeah, that's why I'm like, I just feel like I would love to do it again and just do it like a shorter amount of time, but long enough that it still is like a sacrifice. But
yeah, but I don't think anyone can fast like that for 21 days though. Just like off the strength, randomly.
See, stop speaking for people. You don't know that.
Well, most of like, I feel like if you were born after 1990, like we're just so like social media, TV, like whatever, just like trained that I feel like it really is a muscle that you have to work your way up to, like full reliance on God and not on other things.
Yeah.
That is it's a very hard thing to do. So I don't know. I feel like, well, yeah, man, I'm going to do 21 days. And then I feel like after like week 1, for most people, it's like,
weary.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
Because we're doing it.
That did happen. I started looking in the mirror. I'm like, wait a minute. Waist getting snatched. I'm like, that's not the point of this. And that's something that was kind of keeping me going. I'm like, low key, I'm losing a little bit of weight. Like, let's see what we can do. And I'm like, my mind is not right. And that's why I said, I was like, I felt kind of gross. It made me see myself, though.
Yeah.
That
No,
made me see
100%.
myself. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm disgusting.
yeah.
I don't like
that.
who I'm being right now.
I feel that. 100% I feel that.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, do you get any revelations that you feel like you can share, like, or anything that's not too personal?
Not more than what I was discussing earlier. That like I feel I need him more than I feel that I want him. In that I know that God is everything. I know that He's like literally like the air I breathe. Like this is the air I breathe, whatever. But in the day to day, like I'll reach to other things before I reach to Him.
Yeah. I'll
reach to many things before I reach to Him. Most times, it's not even a conscious decision, but like my actions show how I really feel. So I think it's like a humbling. Like that's more of a.
Yeah.
It makes you humble and like get off your high horse, and it's like, God, thank you for continuing to call me back.
Yes.
To you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How about you?
It was a little bit of the same. I do have a revelation, but I need to look into my journal to see what it was.
Okay, cool.
And it's probably something I just don't even, feel like I need to share with the world. But it definitely just made me see myself for who I am and see God for who He is. because of the fact that he still loved me after I saw what I look like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you, Jesus. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another one, a shorter one, and doing it.
Doing it good.
I will say,
Short
we're going to
and
wrap
good.
the fasting conversation up in a second, but the mind is not serious, because I was agreeing with Jonathan. We were going to start the first 3 days no food. And because in my head, I let the games get, not the games, but I let the amount of time get to me, because I've done a 3-day fast before, but for some reason I was like, it just really got to me, and I didn't even make it past the first day. So I was a little,
I walked into the house to see this girl eating Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I did wait till after 6 though. So at that day, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a 6 to 6 because, I just don't. I wasn't ready. I personally, this is a very personal. No, it's not personal. It's a personal opinion. I'm not a huge fan of fasting when the church says to fast. You know, like I'm not like. I feel like I need to like be. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't mentally prepared. And I feel like I went into it not being ready and not being serious. And it showed immediately. Even though I know when the church fast is, so I should be preparing. But it's just, the timing is tough because it's like right after the holidays and then it's my birthday. And I'm just like, I really needed to lock in, but I just wasn't ready. But fasting more often is something that I would definitely want to do this year because it's not optional, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something that I really, when I was really looking into fasting, because I was, sorry, this is so long, but y'all, I was going to do the Daniel fast, right? But for me, well, all the recipes, I started looking up recipes and seeing like, wow, there's so many cool things I could cook that don't include meat. But then I started realizing like, this food looks so satiating. I'm like, this looks so good. I'm like, I don't feel like that's as much as a sacrifice. Yada, yada. That's not what I'm trying to get to. So I started doing research on fasting. And I should know this by now, but like fasting, it is mandated. Like you are supposed to be fasting.
Yeah.
And there's probably like maybe 10 years of my life that I went without fasting.
Yeah. It says when you fast.
When, not if. Not if you want to. Like we suggest that maybe when you fast, if you fast. But anyways, so that's something I'm looking forward to doing much more this year.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Moving forward. 2026 started off with a lot. A lot has actually happened in 2026 so far. And one thing that I have noticed is that social media, we're always under fire, but the social media couples are getting a lot of like, you guys don't last and you're not real and yada, yada. There's no need to call names because maybe we all don't know. A lot of people have no idea what is going on.
A very popular social media couple broke up in a very public way.
Yes, and they were together for a very long time and everyone was like, I can't believe it. Or actually by this time, a lot of people were like, well, duh, obviously. But I wanted to speak on it a little bit because a lot of people were saying, social media couples, they never last, And I just thought it was so interesting for people to say that because I'm like, whether you're on social media or you're just regular, there's a bunch of regular couples
that don't last.
That just don't last. And it all boils down to communication, honestly. But I can see how a social media couple couldn't last due to communication because when you work together, like Jonathan and I, we do our podcast, but we don't really work together on social media. Most of my stuff I do on my own. But when you work with your spouse for social media, you can ignore a lot of your problems because we have to record. So you need to put a smile on. Like something could have happened this morning, but we have campaigns to do all week. A smile needs to be put on, and maybe Jonathan is just getting more and more angry throughout the week because we're not talking about it. I'm like, we need to record. We need to do our thing. We got to worry about this money. And maybe a conversation never gets had and it gets thrown under the rug. And then things just build up because you have to put on a smile because work needs to get done.
Yeah.
So communication.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to live with a lifestyle of performance.
Yeah.
Like, we've kind of talked about that a little bit too. But when your life is like, I gotta perform this or I gotta perform that, and especially when it's two people doing it equally, whether it be the same channel or different channels, like your image is just so important. So it can be easy to just portray an image of one thing will also be hiding brokenness behind that thing. Mm-hmm. So I think that communication is super important, but also living a life partially that's not recorded.
Yeah.
That like, it may be better for the business Like if everything is recorded, or that like if you capture every angle, or like, oh, that was funny, you need to post that. Like everything is like, content, or everything is like everything's about the money that the content can bring. But it's like we can't forget to live real life in between like when the camera's on.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me. It's like a little bit different, but like when Jonathan and I, when we first got engaged, I would just bring up the wedding all the time, and he like put a full stop. He was like, hey, every conversation that we have can't be about the wedding, because once we get to the wedding, we're going to have nothing to talk about. Like all we would have talked about in the past 9 months was the wedding and the flowers and the cake and the dress. It's like we have to talk about other things too. Like we have to live a real life outside of the wedding planning so we can survive. And obviously I'm not speaking for every content creator couple. Like we are a content creator couple. My brother is. We know other people who are, and I'm not saying we're all doomed. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I'm for the content creators, y'all. Like, we have to prove them wrong. But that's not what we're living by. But
so I don't care about proving
I know.
wrong.
I'm like, no, I just want us to be happy. But yeah, the money can't be the sole like purpose. It's like we got to do it for the business. But the business means nothing if if the home front is falling apart.
Yeah, but I think our dynamic's a little different than a lot of other creator couples because that kind of content isn't what I consume that much of. And like the metrics and stuff, like I feel like don't hit me that same way. Like that is your full job. But like, it's like one aspect of like other things that I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like I have other things kind of working too. So I feel like right now, or at least, we're keeping each other balanced in that way.
Yeah, but that could change at any moment because I feel like most content creator couples, or maybe half at least, the woman starts off doing the content creation, and then the guy quits their job and they join in later. So not to say that would be you, but it could be you.
Yeah, it could be.
You never know how your mindset can shift until like, oh, I don't care about the metrics, into wait, we gotta get the ...
Yeah.
So,
but I think
you have to stay on guard.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, you did. But anyway, you have to just
like I always do.
Yeah, I be doing it to you sometimes too. It's okay,
Yeah, but I think if I ever quit my job to do this full time with you, I would have like mandatory like blackout, like no record days.
You think you would until something is due.
Well, I'm saying like I would like to institute that in advance because it can easily take over. It can easily take over your life.
Okay, so like, Arm & Hammer is giving you $10,000 to send something in on your mandatory blackout day. You're saying no?
No, but I'm saying we need to. I think it's just about at a certain level you have to trust God's command for rest. Like we talked about fasting. It is like this is not like a Sabbath talk where unless we're trusting that God's gonna handle the situation when we're not working, then it's still all in our own strength. Like the reason like the Sabbath was commanded for man, not man for the Sabbath. So like that is God's gift to us that we need to rest in order to live well. Like our marriage will not do well if we are working all the time, and especially if our work is so performance based. Like if everything we do is like, oh, we got to look good for this, and we got to make sure this is like, and then we're doing that every single day. Like every time we go out, a camera needs to be. It won't be good for our marriage. So it's like, it may sound like, oh, you're giving up X amount of money to not record for a day or two. You might need you might need to give up that money in those times, because like at the end of the day, the person who's bringing the money is God. So at any time when he wants this to stop working, it's just gonna stop working.
Yeah.
If he wants it to succeed, it'll succeed. And especially in a business like this where like the algorithm is so like if the algorithm pushes your stuff gets pushed, people see it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Was it can control the algorithm? A bunch of stuff. Right. But behind any of it, it's like God is moving things. So I think that he always honors when we decide to put him first.
I agree. Yeah.
Because think about it like this. Like how many things could you have been doing like during church time, on church time, during church functions that you put work to the side for that, and it's like
that's why the vlog be late, y'all. I'll be at church.
That's why it's late most times.
Most times. Not every time, but most times. I be at church a lot.
Yeah. She does, and she is. But it's like when you decide to put God first, it's not saying put God first so he'll bless you up. It's like he's worthy of being put first. Period.
Yeah.
Even if the business folds, he's still worthy of being put first.
Absolutely.
Because if the business folds, that means he has something else.
Yeah.
So
I agree. We have to stick to it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, paychecks change people's thoughts.
Of course.
Quickly, and, you know,
the
it
money's
can get scary.
The money's coming in.
Right. It can get scary. I think that's why God he's kept me humble. And he, you know, like he's been generous for sure. And we're doing well. But, you know, like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years. And in my head, sometimes I'm like, why am I not where certain people are? You guys know I'm comparison queen here. But I'm like, I feel like God, he has blessed me, but he's definitely kept me. Because I don't know what I would be like if I was making the same amount of money as some of my counterparts. I don't know. Maybe I'd be okay, but maybe I wouldn't. So, you know, I think he keeps me where I need to be in the season that I need to be in it.
100%. Like, I feel like if I've prayed before, God, if giving me more would make me less reliant on you or make me want you less, thank you for not giving us more.
Us, speak for yourself. I'm gonna be all right, Lord. Give it to me.
No, because but like the itch for more like hits me too. Like it hits me too. Like one of my favorite brands, they had a drop. It's called their members only sale. Oh, so it was like all they're like their nicest pieces like discounted. I'm just like, man, it'd be really nice to get some of these pieces.
Wish I had.
But like in our budget, we just don't have the money for that right now.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And like, it's teaching me to be okay, not getting the newest this and the newest that. Like I have clothes on my back.
Yeah.
We're living in a house, you know? So
nice one.
I feel like, say again? A nice one.
Glory to God. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I feel like that teaches me to not be like, I wish but it's like, thank God I have, you know?
That's a good way to look at it.
Trying to.
Very cute.
I don't always feel that way.
It's just like we have to remind ourselves daily.
For sure.
Yeah.
We also have an episode that we recorded before that was coming out later in the season called How to Protect Your Marriage.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah.
That's why
I don't know what I said before.
Yeah, I was thinking about like when we were thinking about cutting the old to be new episodes. Like I was going through and I'm like, man, these episodes are so good. I think it's like some of the best stuff we've recorded.
Wow. Okay, I don't remember most of it, and I'm going to make sure I don't watch them before they go out because I know I'll be like, I don't want to like I don't want to say this anymore or whatever. So just put it out. And if I don't agree today, just take it with a grain of salt. I don't know what I said 6 months ago.
It's a long time ago.
A lot of growth can happen in 6 months. I don't know what I said back then, but it's fine. All right. So, of course, every time we start a new season, we have to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, that we're going there?
It's time for an update.
So
Lord. Dramatic. It's time for an update. So a few months ago, I had made a public statement on my vlog. It was like maybe 3 or 4 months ago saying that we're not talking about pregnancy anymore. Like, don't DM me about it. I don't want any more of the, you know, you guys would be surprised how many times I get messages talking about, I had a dream that you were pregnant. And I'm like, okay.
I know what I want to talk about now. Keep going. Sorry.
I'm sorry for you guys. I'm scared. I had a dream, you know, I know what's going to happen. And someone's like, I had a dream that you had a boy. I had a dream that you had a girl. I had a dream that you're pregnant right now. Jess, are you pregnant? You look like you're glowing. Is that a baby bump? Blah, 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 blah. Or people would just be like, hey, just thinking about you. I just want you to know that like, God's going to do it. And it's just like, even though most of it is positive, it's like unwarranted. It's like 100%. You don't know how I'm feeling on that day. Or I could be having a great day and someone's like, hey, just thought about you. Just want to let you know God's going to do it. And it's like, thank you. But pray in your heart, you know, pray to God. Like I don't have to know every message that people want to think. And I know people are just so excited and can't wait for me to be pregnant. Samesies for real. But anyway, so I had made a public statement. I said, we're not talking about it no more because the more I talk about it, the more it invites people to talk about it with me, which makes sense. If we're having a conversation and I'm talking about it, I expect people to respond and talk back. So I'm going to break that today just for this quick moment. And we cut it here until I'm ready to talk about it again. But just to announce that after 3 years of trying, we are still not pregnant, but we are waiting on the Lord. And I feel like this is possibly the most content, or like the past maybe like 5 or 6 months have been the most content I've been in like the past 3 years. It's not fully 3 years yet. It's 3 years and May. So we're like 3 months shy of 3 years of trying. And I feel like I've been extremely content. And just, I'm like, God, we're just going to see. We're going to, like my friend Truly, which I would love to have her on this podcast. She says, sing before it happens. So it just like, we're just in the waiting, we're praising, we're singing, we're thanking God for what you're going to do. And we're thanking for the right now, knowing that we're never going to get these days back again.
Yeah.
Just like hanging and just like last night we were up until like 2:00 in the morning. We were watching this Beast Games, like this show that we love. And we're like, we're not going to get these days back, at least not consistently. Of course, we can drop them off at your mom's house, your parents' house. And
it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same because my heart's going to be pounding. I'm like, are they okay?
It won't
like,
always be like this.
Hallelujah. And, but yeah, like God is doing something. And I just think God is so intentional that he's answering a lot of my other prayers before he answers the extremely life-changing one, like not to say that women can't still work and reach their goals after they have a baby, but I think it's also very fun and exciting that I'm doing a lot of these things while I don't have the responsibility of children, but still so hopeful, so expectant, so excited for what is to come. But just in case anyone was wondering, because I know I haven't brought it up in a while, we are still not pregnant, but we know it's on the way, and we thank you guys constantly for the prayers and for the thoughts.
Keep praying.
Keep praying. Keep praying.
Keep praying, but
to yourself.
Yeah.
You guys have been very good, though, for the most part. I will say, after I put out that vlog, sorry, babe.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
After I put out their vlog, somebody was like, hey, I know you said that you didn't want anyone to say anything, but and I'm like, hello? Do you not speak English? So I didn't even respond. I'm like, if I respond to this, I'm just feeding in. And it could have been a very helpful, positive message, but I'm like, I have to set those boundaries, because the older I get, the more boundaries I feel like I have to set for myself, because I'm not the same girl that I was 10 years ago when I first started and I was sharing every single thing and I didn't care. But like the older I get and the more people in my family I feel like I need to protect, and my peace I need to protect, like more things become more personal. So again, there's nothing to share until there's something to share. So there's nothing to share.
Yeah. I think that one of the things that struck me over this time waiting is that I've been so confident in the Lord that he would do his best concerning us. Mm-hmm. Like, does that mean that I'm sure that like it's going to happen right now? Or am I sure that it's going to happen 2 months from now? Or that it's going to happen at any specific time? Mm-hmm. I firmly believe that the Lord is going to do his best concerning us. Mm-hmm. The thing that I've found to be unhelpful is similar to what you said. I think that super confident prophecy can be a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Like a very dangerous, like soul crushing thing. That especially to somebody that doesn't have a great theology or a great like knowledge around like God and trusting God, mm-hmm. that if you tell them a very specific thing that you could have believed you heard from the Lord, mm-hmm. But if you tell them a very specific thing and they don't have their trust in the Lord and they have their trust in that word that you gave them, mm-hmm. it can actually lead them away from the Lord if it doesn't happen according to the timeline that you set.
Right.
Not necessarily that God set, because God's word will never return to him void. So if he said that, it would have happened in that way. Mm-hmm. So there have been plenty of times where people have told us like, yo, it's coming so soon. Sooner than you think.
Jamaican soon.
Yeah, sooner, like, soon come. Mm-hmm. It's coming sooner than you think. Well, we've heard like so many things like that, so that when we've heard them, I've put my trust in the thing and not my trust in God. Mm-hmm. So when they didn't happen, I was disappointed, not in God, but I was just disappointed in general. But when I just have my faith in God, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I think that we all need to kind of caution ourselves around like super sure prophecy. I think prophecy should always be given with acknowledgement of like the fallacy of ourselves as people. That it's like, I'm telling you this thing, but still trust in God and don't trust in what I just told you.
Yeah.
Like the word of God says that we need to test every prophecy. Mm-hmm. That if someone said something over us and we bring it to God and that doesn't align, you can kind of put that away. So I think we just all need to move with a level of humility and not just say things in the moment we feel, even in the moment that we feel them. Like say like you could feel like I felt like a word concerning Jess or whatever. If that word is true, you could wait like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then say the word.
And
just to make sure to protect, our fellow brothers and sisters, because hope is a very beautiful thing, but it can be a very dangerous thing if it's hope misplaced.
Yeah.
But a hope in Jesus himself is never a hope misplaced. So I think that we should be reassuring one another to trust in God and trust in God's timing rather than trying to be so clear on the timing that we're giving people.
Yeah. No, that is actually so good because that could have happened to me before because like we have a friend of mine miscarried, and I remember washing the dishes one day just thinking about it and I'm like, oh my goodness, like why did this happen? Like, oh, just praying over her. And then I swore I heard like this won't happen again. And I wanted to tell her like God told me like this is not going to happen again. But for something I didn't tell her though, because one, I was like, I feel like it's too soon. Like, I don't know if that's what somebody needs to hear right now. It's just like, I didn't want this to happen at all in the first place. I'm like, I really feel like I heard that. And I really want to give them that word of encouragement, but I just never did. It was a strong feeling, but it wasn't as strong as some of my, like the past things that I've heard God say. Anyways, they get pregnant again and then they have another one. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I didn't open my big mouth out of like, oh, I want to tell her some good news. And like, I want to uplift her with what I thought I heard. And like, say, God told me that this is not going to happen to you again. You will, blah, 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 because it did. And then like, what if she had that hope? And then me giving her that hope and then her trusting God, this won't happen again. Now this could have like turned her faith against God. Like, God, you gave me a word that this was not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not who you said you are. You are like, so, and it's just being careful.
Yeah. What was it that our friend Jazz told us last night about the story? Like
the phone, cell phone?
No, sometimes that God gives us a word and we make up a story.
Oh, a picture.
Yeah.
He gives us a word, but we make a picture of what we think it is. But he's like, I didn't give you that picture. You put that picture in your head. I gave you the word. And now when my word doesn't look like the picture that you put in your head, now you mad.
You know what? You know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember in the show That's So Raven?
Yes.
That like she would always see exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. And when she saw what happened, like in a glimpse, she would try to prevent that thing from happening. But often her prevention...
Or to make sure it does happen.
Make sure it does happen. Or whatever she did ended up not making it happen, but in the way not that she thought.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the same way that like sometimes God gives us a glimpse or an image of something that could be true. Like he gives us a something, right? But he's not giving us the full. Like the word says that we only know in part, but in one day we'll know in full. Yeah. So like when we know in part, I think sometimes we try to fill in the lines. We try to fill in the lines of the picture. It's like, okay, you must mean this,
right?
So since you must mean this, let me
this sounds good.
Let me say this, or let me put my trust in this. But like your trust shouldn't be in any of those things,
right?
Like your trust should be in God.
Yes.
So I think that we're our most content when our trust really is in God, and like believing in Him, relying on Him, and like knowing that He has the situation, and knowing that He is good. Like we're kind of able to get through anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, and I don't know. I feel like I have to say this just in case anyone's like, God is so not good because why did she have 2 miscarriages? She is pregnant right now and set to give birth very soon. So God is still good, even in our trials and in the things where we're like, why would this happen? Like, how could you be such a good God and allow this to happen? Like, we just have to rest in the fact that His plans are greater. And, I was talking to my friends last night about the way I want my story to go. Because I'm like, God, if the story goes this way, like, you're going to get so much glory. Trust me, God. Like, do it my way. But it's like, just knowing that, like, if things are always going well, not to say, like, not to be insensitive to anyone's bad situations. Like, not to be insensitive. But if things are always going well, how do we know when things are going well? Things are just always good. Like, if you always have... I don't know a good example of that, but if things are never bad, how do you know when things are good or things are great? Because they're always just going to seem like things are all right. So I just feel like God knows what He's doing, and He knows every situation is to give Him glory. Like, even if things are not going as well as what we seem, or things went horribly or something went wrong, like, you can rest assured that God is going to use it for His glory. And I think also once you surrender your life and understand, like, my life is really not my own. Like, my life, I'm not here to satisfy myself. You know, like, I'm strictly here for God to use me in whatever way he wants to get the glory out of me.
Yeah.
And truly, if that way is to show women how to live a life surrendered to God, even if you never have kids, and that is my story, then that is what God wanted me here for. And, you know, and he would give me that peace to carry on and not always be like, well, why me? You know, like, I had to surrender my plans because I'm not here for my own agenda, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not easy to get to that point. And even when you do get to that point, sometimes you might like fall back and be like, but wait a minute, are we sure? But I really feel like continuing to walk in that understanding, like, I'm not here for my pleasure, strictly just for God's glory. And whatever way he wants to use it and to write my story, it's going to be for his glory.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think that when you're living in the light of what you don't yet have, and like when you see, it's like, God, I want this, but I'm really going to pursue your glory, and like making sure you get the glory at the end of the day. It can be super hard. And like you could think about like a year from now, or like, dang, if a year from now I don't have it, like, how am I going to do, how am I going to do this? But you think of like the words that like the prophet Isaiah says, that like those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength.
Yes.
And it gives each incremental thing. Like, if you could only walk, like you can walk and not be weary. If you could only run, like, he'll hold you there. So at every stage, like, even if you have to just put one step at a time, like one like crawling motion at a time, it's that he will give you strength for that next step.
Right. Yeah.
And why it says we need to like die to ourselves daily. And like daily, it's like, God, I'm going to give you all the glory. I'm going to give you all the glory. Like, you will get all the glory from my life. And I think that his goodness and mercy will continuously chase after us. And like, we don't have to worry about that because he has his good in store for us. He has our good in store for whatever.
Yes.
You get it. All right. Enough.
That's good. Yeah. I just want to say, I don't know what is it the Christian urge to like, whenever you're saying a verse, like, I want to help you finish it so that you know I know the verse too. I'm like, wait on the Lord.
Yes.
Renew their strength. Exactly.
Wings, eagles.
Exactly. I'm
You
like,
know what I heard someone say? Like, I don't know if it was a song or a sermon or whatever. They're like, I want my eagle wings. So like, they will like certain wings like eagles.
I want my eagle wings.
Yeah, so like, I'm gonna wait on God because I want my eagle wings.
I'm like, I don't know if that's okay. Sure, if that's how you want to interpret that.
Let me get my eagle wings.
Get my eagle wings. Wings sounds kind of good right now.
Yeah, you gotta sing Eagle's Wings.
And I will. Don't get me started on that. That's my song. Y'all don't know. Anyone who's born after 97, you don't know. What year were you born again?
97.
Oh, you just made it. All right, good for you.
All right.
Anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Thanks for coming back after we've been gone for so long. You are a real one. If you're watching this all the way to the end, you are a real one. Just want to remind you, we are on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify Podcasts. We are on YouTube. We're also on Instagram at Between the Walls Pod _
No underscore.
Okay, we'll put all the stuff on the screen. It'll also be in the description box. We're going to be here every Wednesday for the next few weeks. So continue to join us, share with a friend, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. It really helps us out a lot.
Yes. Every week after we post the pod, I'm going to write something that has to do with the pod. That's a challenge. I'm putting that a challenge to myself.
Or are we going to do like an extra little episode? A little fiver, 5-10?
Yeah, maybe not every week though.
Okay. Just head on over to the Substack.
Yeah,
and
no,
see
we're
what
gonna have a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff over there.
I love it.
Cool.
There's just gonna be a lot of us. And then follow me on my vlog channel if you really want to, see what's going on with me throughout the week.
More.
Shameless plug. Anyways, we love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging with us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Bye.